Hello, YouTube. I'm your host, Darren Rosales, and you are tuned in to On the Green with DMB. My co-host, Brandon James, will be here shortly to give his predictions and analysis. There's big news for NFL fans today. The AFC wild card, the teams have been determined. New York Jets have claimed a wild card. The Indianapolis Colts have claimed a wild card. The Kansas City Chiefs have claimed the wild card position, and the Baltimore Ravens have claimed the wild card position. In the NFC, the New Orleans Saints claimed the wild card. The Philadelphia Eagles claimed the wild card. Green Bay Packers and the Seattle Seahawks both claimed the wild card. AFC seeds are the New England Patriots and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The NFC seeds are the Atlanta Falcons and Chicago Bears. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and bring in my co-host, Brandon James, to give his predictions and analysis. Brandon. Go ahead and just give your predictions for the playoff picture.
Okay, I see the Colts prevailing over New York for the first, and then I'll get Kansas City and the Ravens. I'll say the Ravens will win that one. New Orleans and Seattle, I'll say the Seahawks will have that one, and I say the Packers will beat the Eagles.
Okay, I'm going to go with New York over the Indianapolis Colts. I'm going to take the Ravens over Kansas City and New Orleans over Seattle, and then I'm going to take the Packers over the Eagles. Now, last season, if you would give me the matchup of New York and Indianapolis Colts, I would have took Indy hands down. This season, I can't say the same. Peyton Manning doesn't have near as many weapons as he did last season. The defense doesn't have solid. New York just an overall better team this year. I say the Jets come away with the victory. Okay, as for Kansas City versus the Ravens, I say Joe Flacco and the Ravens come away with the victory. Purely for their experience in the postseason. Kansas City hasn't even been involved in the postseason for many years now. And then New Orleans over Seattle. I'm going to take New Orleans again, just because they're a better overall team than the Seattle Seahawks. They struggle against the Rams. I don't foresee them taking and going in the postseason and beating the defending Super Bowl champions. Now the Eagles versus the Packers. I'm going to take Aaron Rodgers and the Packers, and I'm just gambling with that because Michael Vick and the Eagles are all on a roll this season. I'm just going to gamble, and I'm going to say Aaron Rodgers and the Packers will come out with a victory. And that's pretty much it. I don't foresee Indianapolis going deep at all this year into the postseason. How far do you see them going? Divisional, conference, Super Bowl?
I say divisional. Say they may go to the divisional round.
Now, how about New York? My prediction was that New York would win the game. Now, if they win the game, how far do you see them going into the postseason?
I don't think they'll go very far.
Divisional?
Division, maybe.
The Ravens, they're the Ravens. They're unpredictable. They beat New England. New England's probably a Super Bowl contender this year. Last year, the Ravens beat New England. This year, they could possibly lose to the Kansas City Chiefs. New Orleans versus Seattle. Do you think New Orleans will make it to the Super Bowl again? Do you think they'll go and defend their crown and maybe perhaps take a new one?
No, I don't. I think they've slowed down since last season. I don't think they'll get to the Super Bowl this year.
So, what is your Super Bowl prediction then? Is it Atlanta versus New England? Is it Pittsburgh versus the Chicago Bears? Where do you foresee? Maybe even the Eagles versus the Packers. What do you foresee happening?
I don't have a full prediction. I think New England will make it though this year.
I say New England and the Atlanta Falcons. I'm your host, Darren Rosales. This is my co-host, Brandon James, and this is the first installment of On the Green with D&B. Stay tuned for the second installment. Thank you.